Hi, everyone. This is Jane, your God-led menopause coaching specialist, here to bring you an update on what I've really learned about strength training. And this one surprised me. You know, when I talk about my foundation tools that's in my toolbox, exercise and strength building is one of my pillars. But what surprised me as I'm looking at past pictures, I look at a picture from May and one from the summer, and I look at one recently, I'm kind of bulked up, too bulked up. And maybe I should not have been taking my workout advice from a 21-year-old son who is on the path of building and bulking. So I'm kind of following his, kind of routine and let's build this up. Let's do this exercise. But it's been good. Don't get me wrong. I feel strong. My muscles are definitely bigger. But when I started looking at past pictures, I'm a little too bulky. And on top of me having natural kind of inflammation and just bloating of my stomach, my big bloated belly of menopause belly, I was I think I'm going to research this and see if I'm doing this correctly for my age and for my needs. And I do rely on a little AI, technology. So I'm hey, AI, what do I do when I'm realizing my muscles are a little too bulky? What kind of workout should I be doing? And it gave me some great advice. It's not the priority at this point in the game for me to max out and increase my weight. That was important for me just to kind of really get going, to get my feet firmly planted in the fact that I can build muscle. I can do strength training. I can do reps to failure and all that. But I don't need that as much, and I don't want that as much. I'm already having trouble fitting into my pants because of just natural things with midlife and menopause. And I'm realizing the strength training that I've been doing, the extra core work, the extra strength building, muscle building around my core and everything else, is making it a little too much. And instead of getting to the point where I feel strong in a way that is serving me, it just started to feel okay, this is too much. What can I do? So it was really good suggestions. It was don't just stop lifting weights, but chill out a little bit. Don't challenge yourself to keep increasing your weight. And so the last time I went to work out, it was kind of fun. I lowered my weights on my upper body workout. I do, the biceps and triceps. I'm doing different push exercises, but I just kind of kept it real minimal. And I just did some good solid reps. I felt an effect, but I didn't feel like I was totally lifting to failure. And I was okay with that. Whereas before I would think oh gosh, I'm not doing enough to build my muscle. It was kind of a more strategic, hey, I'm going to keep my muscle, but I'm going to try to lean into it in a way that my muscles and my body don't look so bulky. The other thing I realized that I need to do is stretch. Not just stretch, but it's uncomfortable, but kind of forcing myself to, get a bar and, just hold on and just hang, I do it in a way where it's not my full body I'm hanging on, but there's, at my gym, they have different stretching apparatuses. So I've been kind of playing around with that more, of just letting myself hang with the mentality of elongating my muscles. The other thing I don't really enjoy, but I'm kind of forcing myself to do it, is those rollers, the foam rollers that you can use. They're so awkward. I'm laying on the ground, trying to roll in this thing. So I need to do a little more research of how to use it. But using the foam roller, again, to elongate, stretching out these great muscles I've been building over the past year, but just kind of smoothing them out, elongating them. I'm still very committed to my sauna time. And the other thing that I've increased is my cardio time. I've been kind of very anti-cardio. I'm not going to be on the treadmill for hours on end. That's not what I want. I want to build muscle. I want to build strength. But I've balanced that with, you know what? I think I'll spend more than 5 minutes on this wonderful little cardio machine. I'll spend 20 minutes. And yesterday I did kind of the stair climber for the first time. And, it's a different kind of workout. And it's been about 5-6 minutes. I'll build up my strength for that. And at this point, I do want to lose weight. I want to elongate my muscles. I don't want to lose my muscle mass, but I definitely want to approach my workouts with the mentality of not resulting in some bodybuilder kind of look. I just want to look like smooth. I want to look strong. I want to look smooth, but I don't need the bulkiness that I've been building over the last several months. So this is new to me. I don't know if you've kind of gone to this territory. I do like doing a strong upper body with, I'll do like kind of like I said, kind of like a push kind of set where I'm, kind of doing the bar above, and then I'll do like a pulse kind of set. So I'll do kind of more pull exercises, and I realized like my shoulders and my back, like they've gotten really big. Like I'm proud of myself because I feel strong. But again, I think I was comparing and getting advice from my beautiful son who is wanting to expand shoulders and chest and back and all that. Like I had to just be honest, like that's not the type of workout that I need or want. But I have a good solid base. I have a good foundation, which I'm very thankful for. And I'll keep you posted. But this is my next little transition of how I'm going to approach my workouts. I've been eating pretty good. The holidays are always a time where you kind of open the door to some extra eating, some extra treats, and I've been allowing myself to do that. I think the most important thing always is self-love, like discipline, like not like opening the door to gluttony and like, oh, I'll just kind of eat everything I want, but enjoying yourself. Like with everything else I've given up in my life, I don't really have a lot of habits. I don't have a lot of, vices. And sometimes the emotional eating, the eating of the pastries and the treats is kind of like my go-to. Like you kind of play that game like, well, I'm not drinking and doing drugs, so I guess I'll have that extra donut. Like, no, that's not necessarily the way to approach it. But of all things in the world that I need to kind of contain, I'm okay with having the battle with making sure I'm doing I'm not doing emotional eating, and that I'm having all those foundational good blocks in my diet with the protein, the carbs. And that's the other thing that they said. Like I've been so protein heavy, I've been so focused on getting enough protein that again, I think this has added to my bulk that I'm kind of wanting to balance out a little bit, and being kind of not afraid of carbs, but like, am I just eating too many carbs? Like carbs are needed, those healthy carbs, especially all the root vegetables, the potatoes, things that will give you real whole grain breads. Like there are benefits to carbs that can balance out the other aspects of your diet and really keep your body where it wants to be. So I'm just wishing you all well. We're about to enter to the new year, and take time. What are your goals? What do you want to see in 2026? I love the new year. I love entering a space where I'm not real big on like New Year's resolutions and, I'm going to wait till the first to do all this. Like start it now. There's no date. There's no special date to start transitioning into new things. But I love the feeling of a fresh page, turning into a new year, getting used to writing 2026 instead of 2025, kind of that transition. And it is a special time where you can really look at yourself in the mirror. You can really pray on, what are some things that I wanted to happen this past year that didn't happen? What are some things that I didn't even think about I wanted to have happen or could happen that now I'm going to put into this next vision for my next year? And I just want to remind you that God is the God of the 11th hour. I've had some really special things come into my life just in the past couple weeks, and we're at the very end of December, at the very end of 2025. And God is just so faithful. Like things that I've wanted to see happen in my life, that I was praying for, are happening. And it's the faith, it's building up your faith and knowing that God knows what's in your heart. He knows the desires of your heart. He knows your wishes and your wants even before you ask, even before you verbalize it, even before they come into your heart. He knows. So align with Him. Don't be afraid to come to Him boldly and saying, yes, your will be done. On top of everything, God, your will be done. But you know the desires of my heart, and I'm going to verbalize them with you to come into agreement of this is what I want to see happen in my life. This is what I want to experience. This is what I want to learn. This is what I want to accomplish. These are the miracles that I want to see. And he will affirm you. And if it's in his plan for you, it's going to happen. And it can happen suddenly. There's so many examples in the Bible where things happen suddenly. Miracles do exist in 2025. They will continue to exist in 2026. And just don't be afraid to dream bigger than what you even think you can dream. God is the God of the impossible. There's nothing that he cannot do. All things are possible because of God. So you're doing great. I just love you. I encourage you. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey of midlife. And I hope it resonates as far as the people that, I found this great site of someone, a 73-year-old woman who is on it. She's a fitness instructor, and she mentioned something in the comments. Someone asked her about her skincare routine, and she mentioned castor oil. And I was like, hey, I use castor oil. There are some really good, solid go-tos that I love seeing people that are decades ahead of me that are confirming. And I love her mentality. She said the first habit I do every day to keep me young is prayer. She does lemon water, hot water, lemon, like a lemon tea. And she just it was very inspiring to see her excitement and calling herself 73 years young. So keep that mentality in your heart and keep that youthfulness. And I just so thankful you're here. All right, you're doing great. Till next time. Happy New Year, everybody.